What's up guys? Welcome to a new video. I haven't done a video like this, I think, ever. Um, we are going to be going through my top 10 favorite video games of all time with some honorable mentions, and I will hopefully not ramble too much, and I'll probably have to edit this down a lot, but we're trying something new on the channel today. We're gonna get started with number 10, one of my favorite childhood games and my favorite Mario Kart. This is Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii has, in my opinion, the best track selection of any Mario Kart game by far. Like, no doubt. Like, I think about Maple Treeway. I think this has the best version of Bowser's Castle. It has the best version of Rainbow Road. The battle mode, I also remember playing a lot as a kid. I don't think it holds up as well nowadays in comparison to something like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's battle mode. I think it's superior. I think this also has like the perfect roster of like core Mario characters and then just a few oddballs like Funky Kong. Maybe a few too many babies in this roster, but other than that, playing this with a GameCube controller is by far my favorite Mario Kart. I would say it goes this, then probably Mario Kart 8, and then probably World is probably number 3 for me. Not that they keep getting worse or anything, but yeah, this is peak Mario Kart right here. My favorite way to play this game is probably with like a middleweight class on the mock bike. So much fun, so awesome. I always used to play versus modes where I would just random tracks a certain amount, and then we'd go through them, and then whoever would win would win. I played this a lot with like my siblings growing up, and yeah, it's the Mario Kart I have the most memories with, and I think it plays the best too. Next up, we're on to number 9. We're going from Mario Kart, as far from Mario Kart as possible. I have Red Dead Redemption 2. I think this might be, when someone asks me my favorite video game or like what's the best game you played, I'm like, I think there's a difference. I think this is objectively the best video game I've ever played as far as story and world building, but it's not like my favorite. I think this objectively has so much content. It has a great story. Not gonna lie, I don't really care as much about the story as other people seem to. I like this for the gameplay. I think this is one of the most fun games to mess around in, and I feel like more people would say GTA 5 for a game like this, but I think just the setting, and it's so much more fun with horses, and I like GTA 5. GTA 5 is probably top 25 games of all time for me, but this one just comes out so much better, in my opinion. I like the characters. I think Arthur and John are way more interesting than any of the characters in GTA 5, and I also like some of the mechanics in this, like the hog tying system, stuff like that is just makes this so much better. And it's a game I recommend anyone play, and this is the only European game I own. I don't know why they sent me a European copy, but this is Red Dead 2. This game is amazing. We're going on to number 8 now. I love this game so much, and this is actually one of the last Wii games I ever got. Maybe like, this was after the Wii U was out, probably just before the Switch, so I probably got this game in like 2015, 2016, and it was a game I always wanted, and when I got it, it did not disappoint me in any way. Mario Super Sluggers for the Wii. Oh my god, this is the greatest Mario sports game of all time, bar none, not even close. For me at least. I think Strikers Charged might have an argument to also be in that conversation, but none of the new stuff has hooked me even remotely. Like, I haven't even bought any of the new Mario sports games. They all look so mid. If any of you have played them and have good experience with them, I would love to know. I think the closest one that almost got me to get it was that Mario Golf game for the Switch, with like the mode where like you're running after the ball. I think that looks kind of cool, but it's golf, so I don't really care that much. But this has, I think, probably the biggest roster of like a Mario game, probably. There's so many playable characters. This is a game where I will play a full 9-inning game, items on or off, just depending on how I feel. Um, the story mode, honestly, is not my favorite, but like the core gameplay of just like playing, this is like a game where I can play exhibition games for the rest of my life. If I was stuck on like a deserted island with like 5 games, this would definitely be one of them, because I could just play matches over and over and not get bored. This is the Nintendo Select version. Shout out my grandparents on yeah, they got me this for Christmas, along with Sonic Generations for the 3DS. But this was the superior gift. This one I've gotten a lot out of. I love this game. I'll probably keep playing it for as long as I can. Yeah, not to mention the fields are amazing too. Remember when they had like cool fields? That's why I think that the fields in Strikers Charged are superior, but I like baseball more than I like soccer. Also, I've had really bad experiences with nunchucks in my life, so like being able to just play this with a Wii remote is so much better. I think part of the reason Strikers Charge suffers a lot is because I always have had issues. I've never had a good functioning nunchuck. It's always like every like few minutes or so it says please reconnect the nunchuck, even though I haven't done anything. I've just had bad luck with nunchucks. I think Strikers Charge would be higher. I almost got the new Mario Strikers game, but then I played the demo and I was like, I'd rather just bust out the Wii and play the old one. Okay, what are we on? 10, 9, 8, we're on 7. I'm so excited to talk about this game. This is Tomodachi Life for the 3DS. Your friends, your drama, your life, Tomodachi Life. I have no doubt played this game for at least 500 hours. Like, I love this game so much. Even doing the same things over and over again. I've had so many different islands. I've deleted my save. I've started over. And like, every time I do, it's the same fun experience. So, needless to say, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream is my most anticipated game right now. It's that, and then like, we'll talk about another game series coming up. But yeah, I never understood why they never made more of these, and then they finally announced a new one. Yeah, I would play this game. Just trying to get to the point where like, you're married, you have a kid. The one thing I think this game suffers for is like, I think after 2 or 3 months of playing it, you've probably done it all. And then after you've done it all, it's if you enjoy it enough to keep doing the same things over and over again, which in my case, I did like it enough, and I wanted to get more couples and more relationships, more marriages. And it's a game I've always been like, man, I want to pick up my 3DS and start playing that. But it's hard to, because it's just like, then I gotta pull out all the 3DS stuff and charge my DS, which is inevitably dead. And yeah, it's an amazing game. And I'm so excited to have a version on my Switch, which I can bust out whenever I want. Living the Dream is my most anticipated game right now, along with another game, which we'll talk about in a minute. But this is Tomodachi Life. At number 6, we have one of the, I think, the best-selling game of all time. It's Minecraft. This is the Wii U version. This is the version I started off with. One of the most comfortable, fun, and amazing game series of all time. I understand why this is so popular. I know why this appeals to kids and adults. I personally started playing it after watching Achievement Hunter play it, and just really enjoying their Let's Plays of it. I rented this game originally from a family video and played it for a few hours and didn't really understand what to do. When I first started playing this game, I would literally just throw myself in a survival world and just see how long I could live. And I didn't know how to get wood or build anything. And then after a while, I was like getting bored of that, and I was like, I guess I should figure out how to actually play this game. And as soon as I actually figured out how to play this game became one of the best, most comfortable experiences I've ever like had in gaming. It's so relaxing. You can play it on easy or like peaceful and just like go out and make a beautiful farm and a beautiful house and just do all this stuff. Or you can like make a point to like fight as much and do enemies and fight the Ender Dragon and do all that stuff. I think it's comfortable. I play this a lot with my sister. We had a great time with it. And this version in particular, the Super Mario Mashup Pack, is really fun. I would say this is my favorite way to play Minecraft. I love the gamepad; it's so comfortable. But I've definitely transferred to playing it on my Switch and my Switch 2. I got the Nintendo Switch edition the day it came out, I think, and was so excited to have a game on my Switch, which in retrospect was probably a weird game to pick, but I think it was only like 20 or 30 bucks when it came out, and then immediately being offered the upgrade to the new version. I would say I like this classic version of Minecraft just like for nostalgia purposes, like with the ingots over the. I know they've kind of updated everything recently, and I'm not as big of a fan of like how um, it's just not classic Minecraft anymore. I know there's classic like skin packs and stuff, or like texture packs for it, but I'd almost just rather play this version, this or than the first Nintendo Switch edition of it, rather than the modern version. But yeah, I love Minecraft. I think it deserves to be the best-selling game of all time, easily. Okay, we're on to number 5, and another 3DS slash Switch game. We have Miitopia. This was the only Nintendo 3DS game I think I got after the Switch launched. It was the only one that interested me. Obviously, it just was like advertised to me as Tomodachi Life RPG. And this is the only RPG I've ever beaten. So really the only one I've played. I bought a whole bunch of Mario RPGs. Haven't started any of them. I got like Super Mario RPG, the original, Thousand Year Door remake, and Brothership, and I haven't started any of them yet. But I'm excited to. That's when I was on like a Mario kick, and I was like, I'm gonna play all these Mario games. I still want to play all of those. I have a lot of games that like I've downloaded, and I'm like, God, I gotta play them. This is so fun. I would say I got beat the version. I've beaten this game 3 times. I would say my most recent experience playing it was probably my favorite on the Switch. I have it digitally on the Switch, but it's such a fun series. It's such a fun game, and then like the horse stuff also adds a lot to it, in my opinion. And then just like picking either your friends or fictional characters to be in your party with you, and who you decide to have be the Dark Lord, I think is also like really fun, really cool. I love this game. I would say if you're gonna play it on the Switch. Or this version is not bad. It's just like more convenient to play it on the Switch. So yeah, if you haven't played Tomodachi Life, be sure to pick it up. If it at all interests you. I love games like this, except for Animal Crossing. I've never played Animal Crossing. It's something I definitely need to start playing. I think Animal Crossing would be like totally a thing I would enjoy, but it's just like starting something new is so much work. But yeah, here we go. Miitopia. Okay, we're on to number 4, and this is going to be the only game that I don't own physically in the list. It is, we'll put it right here, Road 96. Oh my god, I love this game. It's about a 5-hour game, 5-6 hours, and I have plowed through it so many times. It's so addicting, and as a game that's mainly about story, so replayable, which is so rare to me. We'll talk about other games in a second, but like, oh my god, the characters are so interesting. I love Jared, Stan and Mitch. I think Sonya is really great. I think the music, oh my god, the soundtrack, that's probably my second favorite soundtrack of all time. It's probably like, I could do a whole video on this, but I probably won't, so I'll just throw off my top 3. It's Life is Strange Before the Storm, Road 96, then probably Splatoon 1. But like, all the songs in that game go so hard. It's the only one soundtrack on Spotify, along with Before the Storm, that I like actively like listen to, and like has songs that are just so amazing and addicting. It's a game I have lots of great memories with. I remember plowing through it for the first time. I remember looking up Life is Strange on the Switch eShop and it popping up and looking through it and being like, this game looks sick and it's $5. It was like on a sale or something. And like that's the best $5 I've spent in gaming, probably. Like, so great. Alex, Zoe, I think is probably the weakest point in the game for me. I kind of find her a little bit irritating and overbearing and overwhelming. But which is funny considering the prequel game is all based on her, and that prequel game's pretty good. It's pretty good. But yeah, I recommend both for 96 games, and you can find them for pretty cheap. They go on sale pretty consistently. So get the original, and then if you really like the original, also get Mile Zero. It's a really fun, amazing universe that I really like sinking my teeth into, and a game I look forward to replaying multiple times until I get sick of. I've at least played through it 3 or 4 times. It's so fun. I think I've played it 4 times because I think I have like 20 hours in it. So yeah. Next up, we're not talking about family-friendly stuff anymore. We are going to be talking about my favorite, I guess it's not my favorite mature, it's my favorite kill people game. This is Hitman. I'm throwing the World of Assassinations trilogy all together, as you can play it all within Hitman 3 now. They've kind of rebranded Hitman 3 as World of Assassination. But yeah, I did play Hitman 1, this is the Definitive Edition, and then the second one on their own disc. I've since uninstalled these because I don't really need them, because I can just play them all within the same game. This is, I think I have probably played, if you take my time in all 3 of these games and like combine them together, I think it's probably my most played game of all time. But like, you could also do that with the next game series we're gonna talk about. This is so fun. Like, so there's like so many different ways you can play it, so many different ways you can eliminate targets. I think about the story too is not that bad. I think the story is very much not why I play these games though. I think it's fun. I think so many levels in this stick out in my head as like, what is the best video game level you have ever played? Miami and Hitman 2. Legitimately, I played through that map upwards of 60 times probably. I love that map. It's so fun to try and get through it in the most efficient way possible. Haven Island, Dubai, Dartmoor, Bangkok, Paris, so many flawless levels, but it does have a few drawbacks. In particular, I think there's 1 or 2 maps that don't go as hard as the rest. I think everyone agrees the worst map in this whole trilogy is Colorado. I never want to replay that again. But then you also have maps like Hokkaido, which hook me, and I want to play through them over and over again. And I think each levels having different gimmicks is also really cool. Like in Hokkaido, the suit or like your disguise allows you to get through certain doors. You don't have to get like key cards. It's the actual disguise itself, which offers a great challenge when you want to do a suit only run through. Such an amazing series. I recommend Hitman to anyone who is vaguely interested in it. This whole World of Assassination trilogy is by far one of my most played series of all time. I actually downloaded Blood Money on the Switch and was surprised that I didn't like it like at all. Like, I was so excited. New Hitman. Oh, this is gonna be great. I didn't like it. But that's probably because these games are so much like, these games are so perfect, and that game is very much not. One more thing, the thing that holds it back is, why did we go from Hitman 2 having the number 2 to Hitman 3 being a Roman numeral? I don't like that. Okay, we're on to my second favorite game of all time, and if I haven't really done that many videos on this kind of stuff, so I guess, but if you knew me as a person, you know a series I can't shut up about, and a game series I've been playing for 10 years now, is Splatoon. And At number 2, I have Splatoon 2. With honorable mention, we're talking about honorable mentions in a second. But I didn't pull them out. So honorable mentions to Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 3. God dang, I think this might be the game by itself I have the most time in. Everything about this game is perfect. I love the single players. We'll talk about Octo Canyon is such a fun time, a very much just expanded on version of the Splatoon 1 Octo Valley. I think Octo Valley was so perfect as a tutorial, and they just kind of give you more of that in Splatoon 2 with more levels and more weapons to play with. It's definitely, I think people don't like this game as much because it feels very much like Splatoon 1.5, and I get that. Because this game came out 2 years after the first one, so they didn't really change up the stuff that much, but this game held my attention more than Splatoon 3 did, and I can talk so much dog crap about Splatoon 3, about how I think they fumbled with that, and how I love Splatoon 3, but to be honest, like, I didn't like how they did the update cycles and made it so I would play it for a few weeks, unlock everything, and then get really bored. While in this game, when I was playing it like every week, oh, a new weapon came out, this is awesome. I guess we'll talk about the downsides of this game. I don't really like Clam Blitz. It's my least favorite mode in the Splatoon series. And then like, but this game kept roping me back in every once in a while. I think the Splatfests were really fun, and when I was so excited for Splatoon 3, I played this so much in the lead up to Splatoon 3, probably more than I ever had. I was playing for like hours and hours a day leading up to Splatoon 3 and having such a great time. Not to mention Octo expansion, and that's something that super disappointed me in Splatoon 3. I did not care for Side Order very much at all. I didn't even finish it. Like, I really wanted to like it. I was expecting an Octo expansion like experience, but you just didn't get that out of Side Order, or at least I didn't. I didn't really like the levels either, which didn't help. They all looked the same, and like there was no like fun different. I guess there were different objectives, but the maps were all small, and like I just didn't like it. It was weird, and I think that's the DLC for this goes hard. It introduced Octoleads to the series. It introduced Dualies, which were one of my favorite weapon classes in this. But my favorite weapon is still the Splattershot Junior across all the games. So at least I get that first, so I can just play with it. The online's amazing. The ranked modes are fun. Individual rankings in each of the modes in this one. So I was very good at the other ones, and then very low. I think I only got to like A+ in Clam Blitz, and then I was like S or S+ in all the other ones. I was never an X-rank player. I'm not that good. I'm a hardcore Splatoon fan, not a competitive Splatoon player. I think this is the perfect Splatoon game. Honorable mentions go out to Splatoon 1. I played that a lot. Really sad the servers are down. You can get a connection through a service to like kind of like homebrew it. I think it's called Pretendo, and you can play Splatoon 1 online. I don't know if I have to like restart like my whole like account to do that, or if I can use all the stuff I already have. But yeah, honorable mention to that. Splatoon 3 also gets an honorable mention, even though it definitely didn't hold my attention as much as the other two. But Splatoon 3 I think has the best single player that's like in the game. Alterna is amazing side mode, an amazing single player, and my favorite. It's either that or Octo expansion is my favorite in the series. And now we're on to a few honorable mentions for the day. You'll probably notice a lack of Sonic games, which I was surprised by too, but I'll give an honorable mention to Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. I love this game. I think what holds it back is I really don't care about big story, or Amy's gameplay isn't exactly the best either, but Sonic Tails and Knuckles' stories in this are all a really great time. I didn't pull it out, but also honorable mentions go out to Heroes and Adventure 2. They're just, this was like my favorite era of Sonic, and there's so many Sonic games I still need to get through. Like I haven't beaten Frontiers, I don't even own Generations yet. Colors is pretty decent, but yeah, I like Sonic. I think it has the best characters of any freaking video game franchise ever. So yeah. And then we got a few more honorable mentions here. One that I didn't pull out, which I will give honorable mention to, is Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. I have so much nostalgia, so much fun in those games. I think bowling in Wii Sports is very similarly replayable to Mario Super Sluggers to me. And then let me look at my wall. Is there anything else I want to shout out? The Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games, that's my favorite one of those. Scooby-Doo First Frights is also really fun. And yeah, then we got a few more I already pulled out. Anything else that's standing out to me? Not really. Yeah, okay, let's move on to the three I pulled out. This is WWE 2K19, my favorite WWE game. I know you guys probably don't care about wrestling, so I won't bore you with this. This has the most like simulation style of gameplay, but I think it ends up being my favorite in the series. I think this, WWE 12, and I really like 2K25 too. I think it's really good. I like the intergender matches. I think that's what really makes that stand out. But I think if you're looking for like the most realistic take on WWE, it's this one. And I still think it's really good. Annoying thing about this is, at some point, my DLC got deleted, and now a whole bunch of my stuff I can't use. So that's why I think it falls out of the top 10. And then the next big honorable mention, I could not pick, like, one of these games to represent, like, this studio and, like, how much I love them. So I pulled out these two. These are House of Ashes and Until Dawn. I'm just saying Supermassive Games, horror, choose your own adventure games are an honorable mention. So the Quarry, Until Dawn, Man of Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes, The Devil in Me, all those get honorable mentions. I think some are better than others. I think they all have merit and they're all amazing. And if you're talking to me about what games do I enjoy talking to people about the most on the internet, easily those games. I love talking about those games. And like playing them, I played all of them on the channel, so be sure to check that out. But yeah, so many good experiences with that. And then we'll talk about some more honorable mentions with number one, my favorite game of all time, because I'm going to shout out the other games in this franchise that I also think are very good. But yeah, I think that's all the ones I want to mention. Smash Brawl I'll also give honorable mentions to. It's my favorite Smash game, the one of my childhood. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about number one. Nobody should be surprised. It's Life is Strange 1. This is the original version for Xbox One. Before I start gushing about how amazing this story and how much I love these characters and how I understand... Okay, before I just start talking about this game, honorable mentions for Before the Storm, I think is also a really amazing game, and it has one of my favorite soundtracks by Daughter. Then Life is Strange 2 also gets an honorable mention for being one of the most overhated games of all time, in my opinion. I think the story is really amazing. I love the brothers. I think it has aspects that make me not like it as much, but I think that's due to how you play the game. If you play the game the right way, I think the problems I have with it are moot, but that also means you have to play it a certain way. And what I'm referring to is one of the characters is a kid, and he can be really annoying depending on how you play the game. But if you play it in a way where you kind of just let him do his own thing, he's really not that bad. And yeah, True Colors, meh. I think it's okay. That's the game I'm looking most forward to replaying. And then Double Exposure, I haven't played it yet. I own it, it's on my shelf. And I have not touched it because I've heard it's bad and I'm scared, and it has Max in it. I'm scared I'm gonna hate it. And then I also have Lost Records, which are by Dontnod, the people who made the first two Life is Strange games. And I haven't played it yet either. I have a lot of games downloaded that I haven't played. I'd be interested to see, after I play all the games I bought that like everyone tells me I love, like Detroit, The Walking Dead Telltale series, like all that kind of stuff, I'd be curious to see how this list changes. Not to mention all those Mario RPGs I got, because I wanted some new RPGs, considering how much I loved Miitopia, and I thought doing a Nintendo RPG would make sense because I like those the best. But let's start talking about Life is Strange, my favorite game of all time. I love the dynamic between Max and Chloe. And this is a game where I understand why certain people would hate the hell out of this game. Like, I understand that the characters aren't perfect by any sense of the word. I understand they're flawed, but I think that makes it more of a realistic experience. I get why people don't like Chloe. I love her. I think she's an amazing character, and like, I get that she's kind of like the alt girl for like both the girls to like and the guys to like, and just she's supposed to make you like her. I think there's a really interesting story to be told with this, about friendship, about growing up, about trust. I think there's so many cool elements to this game. And just like, while I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about the characters, I'm thinking about Max, I'm thinking about Chloe, I'm thinking about Kate and Warren, and what's the bitch's name? I can't remember her name, but girl who's really annoying, or whatever, who's simping for Mr. Jefferson, the art teacher, Principal Wells, Victoria's the annoying kid's name. You got Nathan. There's so many good characters in this game that I think serve their purpose really well. And then like, I played the prequel before this game, so like some of the stuff that happened was really shocking. And then playing the prequel, playing this game, and then playing the prequel again made me appreciate the prequel even more. I think Nathan is an amazing character, especially if you look at his arc from Before the Storm. That ending hits me so hard every time. I will say, I don't know if I can spoil a game from, I think, 2013, but I always choose, I'm going to spoil it, 3, 2, 1, I always choose to save Chloe in the end. I think that's the best ending. I think everyone else getting wiped out is totally worth saving that girl. I think it's truly a great choice to make, though. I would never, I personally would never choose to not save Chloe, but I have done playthroughs where I have chose to sacrifice her, and that ending is so sad. And just like making the whole thing, mean nothing. But yeah, that, I could talk about this game for hours. I think I think episode 1 is really strong. I think episode 5 is, how crazy and it's like sci-fi it gets by the end, is also really cool and unexpected. I was not expecting it on my first playthrough. On my first playthrough, I was expecting a really grounded story, because I think the first episode is very, very grounded in reality, despite the fact that she has a damn superpower. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it. Go watch my playthrough on my past live stream, or go play it yourself. Truly an amazing experience. Yeah, I think I've talked about video games enough. You kind of see what I like, what I don't, see what kind of games I like. I really like story-based games, and then also just like what I like, I guess, which I feel like which means everything. Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to edit this down, hopefully get this out today. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I've been Sage, Station Square Sage, and I'll see you in the next thing. I hope to have some more plush videos out at some point in my life. We'll see.